Hello, this is Dr. J, back with some more Let's Play Command & Conquer. It's time for the Nintendo 64 exclusives, starting with GDI. And I believe these are actually going to have some very short, very primitively rendered, but nonetheless unique cutscenes. So we'll go ahead and watch those, because we haven't seen them before. Starting with N64 Special Ops GDI 1. Okay, no, we've seen that. Okay, Nod is experimenting on civilians with Tiberium. As they do. Use the commando to take out the SAM site surrounding the drop-off area. With the SAMs gone, you will then get an airstrike, take out the obelisk, and an MCV will be delivered to help you locate and destroy the biochem facility.
Reinforcements have arrived.
This just isn't quite appropriate music for what's about to happen, so let's do Depth Charge. Much more appropriate. Okay, so this one we can actually fixate in the main campaign storyline quite well. After we rescued Delphi, you may remember General Shepard told us that Delphi's info was that Kane was experimenting on humans, injecting Tiberium into human guinea pigs. We can assume that this mission is a follow-up to that, where we have found one of the main human experimentation Tiberium facilities, and this is a strike force that we've sent to put a stop to that. Because that was late enough in the game. Okay, I did not see that guy cleverly hiding behind that tree. That was late enough in the game that we had access to basically all the technology in the game. And so, the fact that we're going to have access to all of the technology in this mission doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that we can't fixate the mission at that point in the story. Okay. Huh. Oh, that was actually a unique video, and I just skipped over it like an idiot. Okay, so I thought that destroying those power plants was going to take the obelisk offline. I was wrong. Maybe I was supposed to airstrike the obelisk instead. We'll try doing that this time. Yeah, we'll say that's where this mission takes place, after we've rescued Delphi, and he's reported to us about Kane's Tiberium human experimentation. And Commander Solomon, who is the commander that the player takes on the role of throughout the main GDI campaign, he's off attacking Nod's main headquarters and Kane himself. But this is another commander, another mission taking place at approximately the same time, whose objective is the main Tiberium experimentation facilities. This time, let's try airstriking the obelisk.
Unit lost.
Okay, sounds like one of our A-10s got shot down. Hopefully, as long as at least one makes it through. Alright. There we go, that was the correct answer. Now, where's the Tiberium? As I recall, this is another mission that's not especially difficult, but we do have access to all the endgame technology. More endgame technology, mid-game difficulty. Which, as I said, I think that's pretty fun and cool. I like it. We may lose our commando, but these have to go. They're very much in the way. Alright, this is probably it for the commando after we blow up this one. No, it didn't spawn any guys. And now we have a lot more room to build. Okay, I'm trying to deploy this guy. Since the commando survived, any infantry attacks on our position are going to be absolutely futile.
Construction complete.
Okay, unless he gets stealth tanked. So much for that.
Building.
Multiple stealth tanks. Okay, this is actually a pretty serious attack right off the bat. I did not remember this. This is a huge attack. Is this mission way more difficult than I remembered then? Looks like it might be. This is actually borderline unfair, the scale of this attack. What? I do not remember this. What the heck? This is impossible. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have attacked those enemy power plants. Okay, fine. Huh, this mission's proving way more difficult than I remembered.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. Roll.
Do not attack the power plants. It enrages the enemy. Understood, understood.
I'm on it.
They will attack you with everything on the map, and it's impossible to hold off.
No problem. No problem. I'm on a present for you. Real tough guy.
Okay, that one didn't spawn anybody. Which just goes to show you that if the AI was smart and just attacked you with everything it's got at the very beginning of the mission, then the player would never be able to win, ever. Which, although smart, would make for incredibly unfun missions, so it's good that the AI doesn't do that ordinarily.
Select target.
That was left hand. Yes, sir. I'm on it.
Unit lost. Reinforcements have arrived.
Now that we know not to attack the enemy power plants, or they're going to go absolutely unbelievably berserk,
Yes, sir.
we will leave them alone.
Keep him covered. Yeah. I'm on it. I'm on it. Waiting or moving out. Acknowledge.
I really did not remember that at all.
Caution.
I remember this being a pretty easy mission, so... shrug.
You got it.
Construction complete. New construction.
Now we do start with 10,000 credits, so since we've got so much money,
No problem. No problem. I'm on it.
Construction.
we can focus on building units and defenses and so forth here at the start.
Unit
Don't need to focus super heavily on getting our economy going.
building. Unit ready.
And it looks like we're going to want some heavy defenses. Okay, I should probably reveal this Tiberium so that our harvester knows where to go. Good enough.
Options. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
On.
We're going to go straight for a comm center and start putting up a strong defensive wall. There it is.
Unit lost.
Yeah, you got
Building.
it. No problem.
Unit lost.
I'm on it.
This looks really ripe for the capturing.
Building.
Excuse me. Hopefully it won't enrage the enemy.
I'm on it.
I might want to put up some defenses before I do this, just in case.
Unit ready.
Acknowledge. Roger.
Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Okay, a couple of guard towers and one AGT.
Reporting. Moving out.
Then we're going to focus on economy a bit.
Ready and waiting.
Construction complete.
Let's space them so the stealth tanks literally cannot get through
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
without getting revealed.
Construction complete.
So if the stealth tank passes within one... Okay, I didn't see that happening. That's unfortunate. Our commando took some unnecessary damage.
Yo. I'm on it. Reporting. Moving out.
But if a stealth tank comes within one space of a guard tower, or an advanced guard tower, it will be revealed. So that's already good enough, and now we're going to throw in an AGT, and I'm going to call that... Well, and then maybe some walls in front of it, and I'm going to call that sufficiently strong. Now, our target is the biochem facility, which is like here-ish, and if you memorize its exact location, you can just call an airstrike directly onto it, or ion cannon it and win the mission immediately, but that's stupid and lame, so I'm not going to do that. We will play the mission properly.
Construction complete.
Alright, now we'll just put in
Ready.
some walls.
Building.
I'll hang on to that airstrike.
Complete.
I'm a little scared about attacking the enemy after destroying these power plants caused them to go so berserk on me.
Building. Building.
I wonder if capturing those power plants will elicit the same reaction.
Construction complete. Building.
I won't try it just yet.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but I am going to attack this area now. And now start building more refineries. Oh, okay, I thought I saw enemy infantry, but I was wrong. It's just a terrain tile. Okay, I thought they had a refinery here.
Construction complete. Not building captured.
We're going to wait for their harvester to return, and then we're going to capture it, of course. Okay, there is such an unbelievable abundance of Tiberium. Here's what we're going to do.
Building.
We're going to widen this, and we're going to build a refinery of our own right here as well.
Building.
So as long as we don't attack these power plants, the enemy pretty much just leaves us alone, it appears. Bizarre AI behavior in this level.
Building.
Where the heck is the harvester that corresponds to this,
Building.
this refinery? I'll do some scouting. Hello?
Construction complete.
Okay, and now for the weapon factory.
Reporting. Right away, sir. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out.
Who even knows where that harvester is, or if it's ever coming back?
Right away, sir.
Maybe there never even was one, who knows?
Affirmative.
Well, he's about to get fried, yep. Okay, you know what? We are going to take over these advanced power plants and have all the power we could ever need. And we'll be in a better position to fend off a huge enemy assault with this defensive line. Assuming, of course, that they come from this direction. I'm pretty sure they will.
Construction complete.
Oh, speaking of which, have I finally provoked them into attacking?
Building.
Reporting. Moving out. Acknowledged.
Not building captured.
Maybe not. Maybe that was just a normal scripted attack. Oh, I need a repair bay for
Cancel.
mammoths.
Not building captured.
And then the advanced comm center.
Building.
I don't think the enemy has a nuke in this mission.
Ready and waiting. Roger.
Construction complete. Primary building selected.
Make some flamethrowers to start burning down the enemy buildings. As we've discussed, I won't use the commando because enemies can spawn and I don't want them to get killed.
Building. Unit ready.
Waiting orders. Moving out. Affirmative.
I cannot click on power plants to save my life because I always want to click in the upper right corner and you can't because that's actually technically an empty space because of the weird L shape they have. It's silly,
New
but
construction option. Building. Building.
Yo, you got it.
Unit lost.
I'm on it. That one you got it. That one, I'm on it. I'm on it.
Unit lost.
No problems left-handed.
oh, there's their harvester. He was just taking an unbelievably long time. Well, I won't destroy that then.
Unit lost. Building.
Okay, I've provoked the enemy, good and proper.
Unit ready.
Let's start building rocket launchers from there then.
Not building captured. Unit ready.
Yes.
Building. Unit ready.
Waiting.
Unit
Roger.
lost.
Not a problem.
Okay, stealth tanks everywhere.
Construction complete.
They were not just attacking from the north, unfortunately.
Building.
Yes. Moving out. Yes. Moving out.
I would rather not my commando die to a flame tank. I'd rather not him die at all. He's useful.
Our base is under attack.
Okay, the enemy's big assault that they apparently launch once you've provoked them is... We're handling it a lot better this time.
On hold. Cancel. Construction complete.
You harvest from here, it's closer.
Ion cannon.
And one more refinery. We're still not bringing in the money fast enough, crazy as that is. Actually, no. Harvest up there after all. We're actually eating through this huge Tiberium field. That's insane. We haven't even built much of an army yet.
Construction complete.
Alright, well, let's start taking out these SAM sites.
Construction complete. Building.
If we reach the point where we're making money faster than we can spend it, we'll build another weapons factory and crank out mammoths more quickly.
Building.
Honestly, the AGT is more to soak up enemy hits than anything. This damage output against their tanks is pretty garbage.
Unit lost.
You got it. Affirmative. Not a problem. Yes, acknowledge. Yes, acknowledge.
Okay, so the enemy does launch some serious attacks in this mission once you catch their attention. But you start out with so many resources, and there's so much Tiberium available that it doesn't really matter, as long as you don't provoke them immediately before you have any defenses up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, moving out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not quite sure what's up with the 8 gazillion SAM sites spread out all over the place in this mission, but they are absolutely everywhere. Now we don't want to fight our way through 2 Tesla coils. Obelisks.
Construction complete. Building.
We'll be able to destroy one of them with the ion cannon, but still,
Affirmative.
obelisks do a lot of damage.
Affirmative.
So we're actually going to take the long journey around this way. Now you might think, well, you still have to attack through the 2 obelisks, but in fact, we're going to be able to access some things from this ridge line that are quite vulnerable. Also, you are choosing a very stupid way to go. Man, mammoths are slow.
Unit reporting. Affirmative.
I wouldn't bother with them if they didn't have the regeneration. The regeneration makes them worth it.
Construction complete. Building.
Yes, yes, sir. Waiting. Moving out. Moving out. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Stop going that way. Idiocy. That way we'll get you killed. We are definitely making money faster than we can spend it now, so...
Building.
Second weapon factory, ahoy.
Silos needed.
Yeah. Let's build some...
Building. On
Nope.
hold.
Humvees. So hard to click when my screen is so tiny.
Construction complete.
That's an awfully foolish... Oh! Hey, it's the first time since we've started playing we've seen the Nod helicopter. It's an Apache.
Ion cannon.
It is armed with a Gatling gun. Real Apaches, of course, are armed with a Gatling gun and missiles, but in this game, just a Gatling gun. It's actually quite good. It is incredibly devastating to anything that's lightly armored or any infantry. And it's actually even a little bit damaging, more than you would expect, to things that are heavily armored. So if anything, I prefer the Apache to the Orca. As cool as the Orca is. Let's put this close to the action, and... And that's it for the enemy's construction yard. Incredibly vulnerable. That has angered the enemy quite a bit, and we may lose a mammoth or two, but it was more than worth it.
Construction complete. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle.
Construction complete.
Maybe prioritize the enemy tanks over the SAM sites, considering the tanks can kill you. Honestly, my troops.
Construction complete.
Alright, let's shoot down the Apache, as cool as it is. There. Down it goes. I feel like the Mammoth Tusk missiles in this game are much better at anti-aircraft than they are in Red Alert. In Red Alert, they feel pretty pathetic at shooting down aircraft.
Construction complete. Building.
Awaiting orders.
Construction complete. Building.
Unit reporting. Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Moving out.
That should be enough of an anti-infantry group. Back to the Mammoths.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
And they can take a single obelisk, even if our ion cannon hasn't recharged in time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why are you harvesting over here? It's so far away.
Construction complete.
Harvest that stuff.
Building.
Alright, probably don't want you moving in ahead of the others. Well, maybe I do. He actually has hit points left.
Yes, sir.
We'll lose a mammoth or two again, but
Construction complete. Unit lost. Unit
this map is so rich in funds, it doesn't really matter. I'm sure the tank crews are delighted to hear that kind of cavalier attitude about their desk from their commanding officer.
Unit lost.
The enemy does have plenty of obelisks.
Lost. Construction complete. Unit lost. Building.
I think we're in the final stages of this mission now.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Hey, we actually finally ran out of money.
Yes, sir.
Temporarily, I mean. There's still plenty of Tiberium.
Yes, sir.
I mean, while I do appreciate that the final GDI missions are challenging, they should be challenging. The fact that the main way they're challenging is just that, at least when I played them, I ran out of resources and it turned into a complete grind.
Unit lost.
That was not so great. Honestly, this mission is a lot more fun because I'm able to keep building stuff. If you could somehow combine this cornucopia of resources and yet still keep the difficulty level of the final GDI missions, that would kind of be ideal for a huge epic battle of GDI versus Nod,
Unit lost.
for a huge assault on a Nod compound.
Unit lost. Unit
It's not easy to make a mission really challenging when the player has access to all the resources they could ever want, but it can be done. And it makes for a really, really fun mission if you can pull it off.
ready.
Yes, sir.
We'll keep that ion cannon handy for any kind of big threat that pops up. We have chewed through a lot of mammoths. I think the biochem facility is over in this direction, if memory serves. There it is.
Select target. Enter accomplished.
And we win. Okay, I'm sorry if that was obnoxiously loud, and I'm probably not going to edit it in post, because again, that saves me tons of time. I figure it's so short, it's not a big deal. And hey, it was a unique video I haven't seen before. A unique video with unbelievably primitive Nintendo 64 graphics, but hey, a unique video. Okay, we did that pretty quick, so we definitely have time for the next GDI Nintendo 64 mission. And there's only 2 of them, so we might be able to get them both done in one video. Our top commando has been intercepted by Nod forces with information that must be retrieved. He is being held within a wall-fortified technology center. Get an engineer into it at all costs. Nod forces are scattered throughout the area, so it's only a matter of time before you're detected. Now, in the remaster, this map is just like a generic tile set. But in this version of the game, it takes place on a winter tile set, which is unbelievably cool. Maybe to other people this is just nothing, it's just not a thing. But to me, being able to play on a Red Alert style winter tile set with Command and Conquer units is so cool. I also really love it when I can play with Red Alert units on desert tile sets. Mixing the units and tile sets from the 2 games to me is super awesome. So this mission is cool for that reason alone. Other than that, it's more or less a fairly generic mission, kind of like the last one, where you have access to so many resources that it's fairly easy. But again, honestly, it's probably more fun to me than the final GDI missions are in the main campaign. So yeah, this is another just big pitched battle of base building against substantial Nod forces where we have access to huge resources. It's a fun formula. And as a bonus, it takes place on a winter tile set, so I am a fan of this mission. Gonna build some scouts.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
Now, as for where this could fit in the main story, like most of the extra missions, since it has so much advanced tech, it would have to be pretty late. It doesn't really say what information the top commando has that we need, so since it's so vague, you could kind of make a case for putting this anywhere as long as it's late enough in the game. I'm going to go ahead and say, just for the purposes of making stuff up for this LP, that this takes place prior to the final GDI mission, and that the vital information our top commando has... Our top commando is probably Havoc from Renegade. The vital information he has is, in fact, the location of Kane's temple. Although, was it actually Delphi's information that had the location of Kane's temple? If so, that doesn't work. It would help if they actually specified what the information is that the commando has. Well, enemies purchasing vehicles, we can see.
Building.
So we see that this map is basically a mountain. The outer edges of the map are the foothills of the mountain, and then the middle of the map is its summit. And at the summit of the map is the technology center we have to capture, and it's surrounded by obelisks. So what we're probably going to do is destroy the various secondary Nod bases scattered around the edges of the map, take out all the power, and then the obelisks will go offline, and we'll be able to capture the technology center on the summit of the mountain hassle-free. The enemy is clearly building all kinds of vehicles. Oh, they're launching a attack over in this on the eastern side of our base. So we're going to start building defenders.
Unit lost.
Yes, affirmative.
Now, we don't have quite as rich Tiberium fields in this map as we do in the previous one. So we can't be quite as profligate with our spending.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
I'm tempted to even
Reporting. Moving out.
just go medium tanks on this mission. Maybe forego the repair pad and the mammoths.
Construction complete.
Just as an experiment as much as anything.
New construction option.
I was hoping that would reveal a little more Shroud. I think we will get the advanced comm for the ion cannon. The ion cannon is very valuable. Enemy is attacking our harvester. They didn't do much damage to it though.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Unit moving out.
Unable to comply. Building in progress. Construction complete. Building.
So we just kind of have to arbitrarily pick a direction to attack in. I think there's an enemy base here, an enemy base here, and an enemy base down here. We're just kind of going to ring the map and carve them all up. I think we'll go east. It just seems a little bit closer. Well, let's reveal a little more Shroud, so we have lots of warning if enemy attacks come at us. I should probably get more economy going before the
Complete.
advanced comm center, now that I think of it.
Building.
Luckily, refineries build so fast that if you change your mind about building one thing and want to build a refinery instead, it happens almost instantly.
Wait, sir.
Convenient, that.
Moving out.
Even though I think it's a bug, I do actually like the balance of the Tiberium refinery building so fast. I am debating now if I even need the ion cannon. We might not, to be honest.
Moving out.
Are the subsidiary enemy bases even guarded by obelisks? Because that's the main use for the ion cannon.
Moving out.
Construction complete.
What are all these explosions I'm hearing? It's concerning.
Building.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Oh, there's their construction yard. Pretty
Unit
vulnerable.
lost.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. Building.
I'm not really seeing a big need for even the ion cannon, to be honest. I think it's time to start preparing an assault already. We're getting a pretty decent-sized force together. This really is more cost-effective than Mammoths, unless your tanks are taking a ton of damage.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Then the Mammoth's regeneration pays for itself. But man, this is cheaper. And we can get another 3.5 mediums for the price of the Advanced Comm Center. Then another 1.5 for the price of the repair pad.
Construction complete.
And then almost 2 for every Mammoth.
Building.
Unit reporting. Moving out.
So it really doesn't take nearly as long to build a respectable size attack force.
Construction complete.
I do wonder if I should have been doing this in the final GDI missions and it would have worked out better for me.
Affirmative, sir.
Construction complete.
Yes,
Building.
sir. Vehicle reporting.
I feel like I'm... Okay. I have 2 rocket launchers, don't I? There's the other one. Okay, I think I have all those guys in
Yes,
Control Group 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Unit reporting.
The tanks will be Control Group 1.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Construction
Alright, let's start making our way over to the first enemy base.
Unit reporting. Moving out. Yes, sir.
Begin our perimeter sweep of death.
Vehicle reporting. Moving out.
Honestly, I'm debating whether to get that one and then pull back and get that one, because I'm pretty sure they'll be less defended. Or to just go ahead and do the perimeter sweep and get the main enemy base as the second one.
Complete. Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Depends on how much damage I take on this attack force, I guess.
Unit reporting.
The
Acknowledged.
size of my army looks pretty overwhelming to me.
Building.
Yes, sir. Unit report. Unit reporting. Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir. Moving out.
The lack of obelisks makes this base incredibly easy to take.
Yes, yes. Waiting. Move. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, yes,
Construction
sir.
complete.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Building.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Alright, well let's start laying waste to it. Just a little secondary base, it's mostly a power factory. Well, that's a lot of enemy light tanks. Sure, I will ironically let the Nod ending theme play as I gut this Nod base. I find this acceptable.
Building. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. No, yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Yes, sir.
This is going very, very smoothly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we need the anti-infantry over there. Oh, the tanks are so inept at it. There we go.
Construction complete.
Most of my guys aren't even in yellow health, just a couple of them.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Reinforcements have arrived. Okay, not yet, but they're on their way.
Yes, sir. No, yes, sir.
Construction complete. Unit lost.
Alright, let's augment the anti-infantry group a little bit.
Construction.
Alright, and start making our way down toward the main enemy base. Couple infantry on the prowl.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Humvee will make pretty short work of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Building.
Unit reporting. Moving out. Vehicle reporting.
Now, I might want to send a scout ahead.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost where? Which route do I want to take?
Construction complete. Building.
That looks like not a bad route. Wow, is this base also not defended by obelisks? Okay, this is looking like the better route.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, never mind. There is an obelisk there. Let's not go that way. Back off, guys. Okay, Scout did his job, and died horribly, but he did his job.
Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, moving out.
Kind of an oversight of them not to defend the front entrance to their central, well, not central, but main base with an obelisk.
Moving out. Moving out. Yes, sir. Moving out.
Construction complete. Building.
Let's go ahead and rile them up.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Moving. Affirmative.
Attack their harvester.
Yes, sir.
Not within range of their turrets, though.
Yes, yes,
Okay, now let's go attack their defenses, now that we've got more units here. And next turret.
Construction complete. Building.
Come on, guys. And in the front door we go. Knock, knock. GDI's here. We bring housewarming presents. 100mm APDS rounds. I don't remember if that's actually the size that it says the rounds are, but close enough. Well, hello, Temple of Nod. Get wrecked.
Building.
Cane-worshipping freaks. Oh, they're rebuilding. Boy, that temple took a pounding. Let's get their construction yard next. No more rebuilding for you, sir. Alright. Now their buildings are gone forever once we destroy them. Next power farm.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Building.
I love the misclicked on the power plant again. It's so easy to do. I love the combined sound of a dozen tank shells firing at once. Really sounds like a true bombardment. Very powerful. Not to mention all the explosions.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
Alright, you're almost dead, which means you get to be a test subject. Are the obelisks offline?
Our base is under attack.
Yes, sir.
The obelisks are offline, so we don't even need to take their last base. We can just go in and capture the tech center now.
Unit ready.
All we have to do is clear a path for our engineer. Maybe I'll build an APC so he can be transported
Building.
safely.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Right away, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, don't attack the thing we need to capture, you idiot! He clearly was attacking it a bunch, you moron!
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
The punishment for that level of stupidity is death.
Yes, yes. Moving out.
Construction complete.
That's more of a Nod thing to do, but seriously, what a moron.
Reporting. Moving out. Awaiting order. Yes, sir.
Alright,
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
the path is secure. Send in the engineering team. Time to take the tech center, rescue our commando, and get whatever this vital information is.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Yes,
lost.
sir. Moving out. Yes, sir.
Don't destroy the obelisk. They do have one power farm left, so never know if destroying an obelisk will cause the others to have power.
Yes, you.
And that should be mission complete, right?
Mission accomplished.
We did it! Never even had to take the last phase. Okay, we don't need to see that again. Alright, that is the GDI Nintendo 64 exclusive missions done. Oh, third place. Next up, the Nod Nintendo 64 exclusive missions. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I will see you then.